All right, y'all. Welcome back, man. It's your boy D-Fran. We back again for another episode. I think episode 116 of D-Fran Daily. I ain't been on that long. I don't do shows on the weekend. Missed yesterday. We're back today. So it's going to be a quick episode to recap some things that I saw happen over the past weekend. Something that I think happened yesterday in regards to Cam Newton and the outrage that's going around him and women nowadays can't cook bad bitches. I'll let you like that. We're going to dig into that. We're going to discuss all that. And we got a couple more things I want to talk about, as well as Dwayne Haskins passing away. And we'll get it. It's gonna be a good show. So before we get to that, let's get to the intro. All right, so like I said, this is like an impromptu, real quick show. And the biggest thing on social media that was going around yesterday, now I'm going to talk about the 10 people being killed or shot at in Brooklyn. I'll get to that in a second. But the biggest story yesterday was Cam Newton saying pretty much that women in today's society, the quote-unquote bad bitches, boss bitches, whatever you want to call it, can't cook. And I said this on the podcast with Bryce. I said, I think now people are realizing that relationships type of content is the new shit that goes viral every week, whether it's a woman saying something stupid, a guy saying something that may be stupid, or is perceived disrespectful to women. It's always going to go. The shit's always going to go viral. So I do want to play a clip of what Cam Newton had to say, just so if you didn't hear it, you could hear it from the man himself. Let's get to it.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. Mm-hmm. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay. A
bad bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Mm-hmm. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
So that's pretty much what got Cam Newton, Twitter streets are buzzing, people was mad, as usual. That type of shit gets people mad. My thing is, I don't get what the actual criticism of what he's saying, because that is a lot of, now I won't say, I know there's a lot of women that know how to cook, there's a lot of great down-to-earth women, but the boss bitch conglomerate, that's kind of how it is. Get combative, some people can't cook, and the thing with that is, and I always say on the show, I always talk about, because usually when it's me and Bryce, I'm usually like on the women's side with a lot of these issues and a lot of these things, but let's be honest, a lot of women in today's society probably aren't traditional wife material. And I want to just put it on the women because there's a lot of niggas that ain't got their shit together. I think this type of shit is for the thing he's speaking about, and the people that feel this way are probably for guys who actually got their shit together. If you're a guy that ain't got your shit together but also expecting this from all the women, you're kind of both like button heads, y'all never gonna get it right? That's how I look at this situation. But even if you look at the comments, like people, why are men constantly talking about women like this? Catering to a man's needs, ? Please, with this nonsense. How is catering to your husband's needs nonsense? And even this thing, like, why are they talking about women? It's like, bro, everybody talks about each other. I just don't get that logic. Why do men keep talking about women? Women talk about men every day on this app. And I said, like I said, when me and Bryce talking about episode, sure, women say shit way worse. 10 times worse about men on their podcasts, on their clips, on their YouTube, whatever, way worse than what I've heard from what I've seen certain men say about women, right? And my thing with this is, I think a lot of people get offended about shit like this, men and women, when women say something about men and men say something about women, because it feels like an umbrella term about everybody. My thing is, if you know that's not you, then you probably shouldn't be that butt hurt about it. Someone said this is the rest of the clip. Let's see what else he said.
To a man to handle his business.
Boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Now, a lot of women, now the kickback of that is be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet for the man and handle his business. You know, that's what they say. Oh, I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna be submissive to a man and handle his business. That's what they're gonna say. So, what is your?
But it's ways to do it, and I'm not just about to sit up here and beat up my queen.
No, I ain't saying like that.
But I'm also gonna also tell the men to start being men, bro.
Absolutely.
That sucker shit should not be rewarded.
And what sucker shit? So,
you know, when a person carries himself social media wise, and it's a fraud in real life.
okay.
You know, it's more to every.
See, that's
person
just people don't want to look for the whole clip. They want to see the whole thing. So pretty much, it's pretty much saying like women do this, men do this. How do they want support? How do they want to support their men? And that's I just don't get the backlash and the outrage about this. I get it. Can women cook? Can you do this? Can you do that? People get mad about those statements. People get mad about that shit. But we got to be honest with ourselves. A lot of people are not willing to do the traditional marriage route, and I feel like I'm turning to the like. I used to be very heavily critical of the Fresh and Fit guys and shit like that. I think it was because more was like the messenger, the message. But some of the things they say, like I said, are like valid points. Especially when they bring up women in wanting traditional shit, but they're not necessarily traditional themselves. Like I said, I'm a married guy. I'm not in the dating market. I'm just looking at shit from the outside looking in. Me and my wife, we watch these fucking shows that come on Netflix. Love is Blind, Are You the One, this and that. All these dating shows that are in today's society. And I can see on the shows certain girls that probably ain't gonna make it. I literally was watching this one. There was literally on Love is Blind. Literally. Chick was like, the dude was like, hey, if you've never seen Love is Blind, it's like 15 guys, 15 girls. They're in these pods. They can't even see each other. They're just talking. They find connection and they get engaged. Then they finally see each other, get married, whatever, right? One of the guys was sitting there. He proposing to the chick, and she said, I'm not to do to the traditional things. And she ended up proposing to him. And I told my wife, I said, that shit's not going to work. They're not going to work out. Because she wants to be the guy. I said, that's not going to work out. And you know what happened? You let the season run through. What happened? That shit didn't work out. And my thing is like, it's not to say, hey, women, shut the fuck up, sit in the corner, be quiet. Don't speak when I speak. Not on no shit like that where just you got to be a fly in the wall and everything I say goes. It's not even nothing like that in my perspective. But like I said, it's like let a man lead and follow. Even in this other fucking show we watching, there's this chick. She just won't let the nigga talk. It's always combative. It's just going. And he finding peace somewhere else with another chick who's letting him talk, letting him be the man, letting him say what he got to say. So I think that's the thing. Like these things aren't hard to see and hard to figure out. Will this work? Will this not work? And also for everybody involved in the dating market, whatever you want to call it, you also got to know where your level is. I think a lot of people don't, with social media, people don't know where their level is anymore. Everybody thinks they just, social media make everything some kind of equal playing field. This shit not an equal playing field. If you're right here, you probably need to stay with somebody that's right here in this level. Now, as far as women, they could probably get a higher level just by being beautiful and catching the right moment, getting in the right scene, being around the right people, and they can elevate easier than possibly men can. But my thing is when you're at this level as a woman, like if you work at a 9 to 5 job, which is nothing wrong, corporate office, I work in a corporate setting, so there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be shitting on guys that are in your level at that corporate level. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Because if you do that, the chance of you finding a baller is slim, and you're most likely going to end up being alone, and nobody wants nobody to be alone. Want everybody to be happy. I just think with social media, we're seeing everybody in our age group. We're seeing kids that are 14 and 15 are seeing 14 and 15-year-old millionaires. People who are 20, they're seeing 20, 21-year-old millionaires. We're like seeing these different waves of lavish lifestyle success, and we're thinking that that's in abundance because we see on social media. That's not. You're probably not going to get that. You're just not going to. So there's nothing wrong with settling down with in your level. loving your person and not worrying about the social media shit. I seen Brittany Renner respond to this because somebody brought Brittany Renner into it, and she was like, let me see if I can pull up what Brittany Renner said. She said some shit about some of us just want to suck dick and not suck dick and be quiet about it or something like that. Let me see if I can pull that up because I just want to read it. And she also had a statement she said too. Let me see if I can find it. I think okay, they did post it. Okay. Salute to No Jumper for posting this. Let's take a listen.
My business. I was. But then I was trying to see why Cam was trending. But anyways, I see someone throw my name in a tweet like this because people love to do that. The whatever.
So I want to pause real quick because I want to read it. So someone said Cam Newton basically said he prefers an Aisha Curry or a Savannah James over a Brittany Renner, and all y'all heard was cooking. So she said some women choose to suck dick and shut up, some don't. Marriage is a business to many, so yeah, people play the part. Let's stop glorifying relationship and the individuals in them we know nothing about. Most cheat with women who look nothing like their wife anyways, right? So let me
woman you think is, I don't know, the standard versus the big bad whore who can't keep her mouth shut. And I just wanted to share this tweet, and now I'm sharing it on my story because I know someone out there needs to hear this. A lot of these couples, you guys don't even really like each other for real. Not even attracted to your wife. Okay? Very sad that a lot of people cannot live in their truth. Come to the lights. We want to see who you really are.
I think what she's understanding is with marriage, it's not always about, like, once I've been married for a long time, am I still like super attracted to my wife? Don't want to, like, sexual intimacy and romantic and all that shit. That's a big part of a relationship, but that's not all marriage is. Like, oh, you're married with this woman, but you cheat on with, like, in her mind, to me, what she's pretty much saying, sex is everything. There's more to it. I'm sure. And if she let's say she's referencing Aisha Curry, Steph Curry, and because this guy referenced LeBron James, Savannah James. Let's say they're referencing them, right? They don't want to have sex with their wives anymore. But they probably love their wives for all these other things. They're able to take care of the house. They come home to peace. Their kids are taken care of. Like, there's a lot more layers to it than just, well, y'all don't cheat on women that look like your wives. No, so she's just thinking about sex, the whole thing. That's how I'm reading this, because she's talking about people suck dick, da da da. Like, she's only going to the hoe aspect of, the conversation, and there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people can't do that because marriage is a business to a lot of people. It's their preference. People want to get married for whatever reasons. Let people be happy with their preferences. God bless. So
And I think a lot of people hear shit like that and they be like, yeah, because that's the women he's talking about, and the women that's looking is the women she's talking to. The women that agree with that shit, the hoes. But most women, they want to be married, man. I see people on my Instagram all the time getting married. They find their relationship. They doing their thing. So I don't even think this is necessarily a problem for the majority of people. I think it's for that people who are, their mentality is driven by social media. The people who are driven mentally by social media, their thoughts and opinions are only driven through social media and what they see. So they see and hear and think dumb shit. So their life becomes dumb shit. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. So if that's you and you're a woman who lives your life like that, then most likely you're probably going to be alone. And I'm not even saying be alone because you were a hoe in the past, because I've talked about this with Bryce. I think a girl could have been a hoe in the past and, change and still be a good wife to a man in the future. There's plenty of guys that are married to girls that was hoes and they don't even know they was hoes, and they're good wives. So I'm not saying if you was a hoe, you'll never be a good wife. I'm just saying that combativeness in some people will make you not a good wife or, even a good husband. And this is, like I said, this isn't a conversation that, oh, men are just great. Men are great. I mean, men never do shit wrong. No. If you a nigga who ain't got your shit together, I don't want to see you on the internet preaching to women about whatever. You ain't got your shit together either. Like, if you ain't got your shit together, you probably shouldn't even be in the conversation of what most people are talking about when it comes to what they want in relationships and this and that, because you ain't got your shit together. Getting yelling at women, why don't you want me? Why don't you? Bruh, you're not doing shit. You're on the internet all day commenting, these whores, sucking, like, all that type of shit. You're not gonna get nowhere with that. I'm talking about, like, if you're a guy who works at 95 doing a good job, not even 95, you have a job and you're living life, you're doing good, and you get shit on by women in your level, I think that's where the problem lies. So, like I said, I don't have no problem with Cam Newton's head. I think a lot of people need to hear that. And I think a lot of people truly feel that way, but I feel like in today's society, we've made the idea of marriage like this thing where people look at it as like, I'm the husband, hear me roar, you shut up, bitch. Eat my food, have my food clean, have my kids. It's not even like that in real, like if you speak to actual real married couples, most times it's not even like that. I say it on podcasts all the time. Most women run the household as far as the household, like get the kids and this and that. I say this all the time. Like most men ain't even really into doing all that shit. They work all day, they come home, they just want to come home to peace, love their kids, love their wife, everything smooth oil machine. So when I get up for the day and got to go face the real world, I know that home is secure. So in households, most women, in home kind of run shit. But when we get out into that real world, that's when it's a different story. When we got to talk about real world shit, that's when the dynamics, in my opinion, become different. But I think it's hypocritical because, like I said, you see women on this app say way worse shit about men every single day, and they get, pushed. Yes, queen, fuck them niggas. Like, we see it all the time. Cam Newton say that bad bitch cultures, people can't cook, you can't do this, and y'all mad at that. In my opinion, hit dog's gonna holler. That's how I look at it. Hit dog's gonna holler. If you know that's not you, you shouldn't be hollering. So let me read some of these comments because I don't see what y'all got to say. So my boy Flying Low in the building said, red pill is symbol. How do they want to support their man? I read that one earlier. So Cam was generally saying the same thing that Kevin Samuels be saying. People just want to hear just don't want to hear it from Cam. Kevin Samuels be preaching all over the place. He's a goofy. Exactly. And nobody looking for a house elf Harry Potter reference. I rock with Harry Potter. Saw my boy DJ Bugsy. Number one hip hop podcast in the world. He do great interviews. Y'all should go check him out on YouTube. Anyways, don't have an issue with what Cameron said. Exactly. Sex is not needed 24/7. She thinks her box will be able to keep a man, but really it's the peace a man get from a woman that will keep. That's what I'm saying. It's all about peace, really. Especially if you a guy that work. Because could you imagine? And this ain't got to do with being super highly successful or no shit like that. Like, oh, you got to be a hyper successful individual, a billionaire, and then you have the privilege of coming home to a happy house. If you're a guy who works at these fucking oil rigs or these train rails or whatever you do like that, and you working 12 hours a day, you waking up at 5 in the morning, not getting home till 7 in the morning, them niggas deserve peace. If anybody deserves peace, they deserve peace at home. I'll just keep it a buck. Especially if he's the only one that's working, he working them 13 days on, 1 day off, 7 days, 12, 15 hours a day, he deserves some peace. I'm sorry. Them guys deserve peace. And they shouldn't have to deal with whatever the fuck just to, live their life. So that's how I look about that. So from that, we get to T.I. And tomorrow, speaking of T.I., tomorrow, which is Wednesday, 4/13, me and Bryce will be back here doing what we do the best. And we will be doing a versus battle. It will be T.I., the king of the South, versus Rick Ross, Mr. 305. And I love Rick Ross more than T.I., but I feel like T.I. has the bone here. But same about music when I'm talking about T.I. right now. We've been talking about T.I.'s jump and leap into comedy for a little while on this channel now, and how it's now seeming to take a turn for the worst. And I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think T.I. tried to jump into it too fast. Obviously, he's a celebrity, so he's going to get certain looks. He's going to get invited to certain things. But if you're fresh and new into something, especially something like comedy, which I would assume comedy is the hardest art form to really thrive and be good at, because there's a difference from just being funny and like saying the offhand shit, not trying to be funny and get people to laugh, than when I'm actually here for you to make me laugh. So everything you say, I'm assuming you're trying to make me laugh. That's a different realm to just hop into because you're T.I. the rapper, right? Now we're gonna see. Anyways, T.I. The comedy, T.I. the rapper, two different people. People love you for the rapping shit, legendary career. But when you get into comedy and you think that you as a 2-month comedian is going to go in front of a stadium filled with people. He's not there to perform music. He's in a stadium to do comedy, which when I was listening to it, let's keep it a buck. The shit was horrible. The shit wasn't funny. The shit wasn't hitting. And I'm not expecting anything from T.I. to even really hit when it comes to the comedy level. So I do want to, let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can airdrop this to myself. Because I got to play it. If I ain't got it on here, then I won't do it. But if I do, I got to play this shit. Damn, I ain't got it on there. Let me see. I know somebody got it. I'm sorry. I know y'all got shit to do there. But I really want to play this because I want you to actually hear like the jokes that he was trying to get off before the shit really went downhill for him. And salute to my boy DJ Khaled for getting a motherfucking star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's a great accomplishment for him. I know people don't really, like DJ Khaled for whatever reason, but salute to him. So, man, they ain't got the video of it. I wanted to see the video of it. They just got him talking to Michael Blackson.
I'm here for that. You here for all that?
Oh, here.
He was about 10, 11 years old, man. I think this is where the animosity started. The nigga walks in, caught me slamming his mom. You hear me? Nailing his mom. We ain't been the same since. Well, goddamn.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. He should not be doing comedy in front of, I don't know, is that 15, 20,000 people? You're not Kevin Hart. You're not Chris Rock. You're not Dave Chappelle. You're not Andrew Schultz. You're not one of these people that's been doing this shit for 15 to 20 years from small stages. And I watch a lot of comedians' podcasts, especially Joey Diaz. If you don't watch Joey Diaz, great comedian, very funny guy, great podcast. He's up here on the motherfucking Broadcast Hall of Fame. But anyways, he has a podcast series on his podcast where he discusses his comedy journey from the 80s or maybe mid-90s to now. He talking about doing hole-in-the-wall clubs around the country, going to places like Montana, performing in front of 3 people that are just there for a steak night, like really grinding for that comedy shit. Now, I do feel like it's disrespectful for a guy like T.I. to take it upon himself to perform comedy in front of all these people when really you should be giving a chance to motherfuckers who's actually been doing this shit, who's actually probably funny. T.I.'s not funny. Let's give it a buck. I don't know who told T.I. he was funny. Salute for the attempt. I ain't trying to tear a black man down, but when it comes to comedy, I don't think he got the voice for it. I don't think he got the rhythm for it. Y'all heard the joke just now. That shit, he caught me slamming his mom, dude. Like, that's not it. And then he got booed. And he was just like, I love it. It motivated me more. I'm going to go out there again. He did another show, a big show again. I don't know who the fuck he's booking for these big shows. Another show again where he's like, the boos, they're keeping me up. He's trying to make a joke out of the boos. Like, bro, this shit not hitting. And what made it worse, when I seen the video, he was getting booed. People in the crowd was yelling, fight back, fight back. What'd he do? The only thing he can do in a situation like that, turn on the fucking music. I'm sorry. We don't want to see T.I. do. I honestly think the comedy shit, if he keep dragging that shit out, keep getting destroyed, is put a damper on his hip-hop legacy. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really give too many people like they do outside shit that can really tamper with their legacy inside of music. But keep doing that shit. If I'm a comedian, I'm going to look at you like I feel like you disrespecting our craft. The comedians get mad at the Instagram motherfuckers who like do skits and shit that do comedy. Imagine how they feel about T.I. Because at least the Instagram people, even if they're not stand-up funny, but they're skit funny, they still have an essence of comedy, a brain, in cadence and rhythm and what. T.I. don't got that. You're a rapper. I think he was explaining to Michael Blackson. One of his jokes was like, he says a big word and then he like explains it. And then, how is that funny? He's giving vocabulary lessons there. Hey, God bless. I don't think it's gonna work out. We got too many great comedians already for rappers trying to be comedians. I said in my first T.I. take that I thought, after I seen what he said about the podcast, he said, I got in a podcast and I thought it was going to be a big bag like Charlamagne, this guy. I think that he really thinks that comedy is easy. He has to really just hop in and go in big ass venues like this. Like, bro, look how big this shit is. Again, this is a massive venue.
I think this is where the animosity started.
And I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like, was it a music event and T.I. just started doing, I don't know. But if these motherfuckers ain't even there for comedy, if they're for comedy, you're super fucked because there's going to be way funnier people that'll probably come out after you. But if this is just a music venue and then you come out trying to do comedy, you fried.
I'm here for that.
This is what you got to say also.
You here for all that smoke, the New York smoke. I'm here for that. You know, New York. My only question to you, if you get booed, and have a standing ovation. Do they cancel each other out?
Well, somebody have to show the stand ovation.
They gotta show the footage of that
right now.
I mean, hey, bro, everybody, it was a sold out crowd. Therefore,
Look at the justification. Like, come on, I hate bullshit. It was sold out, bro. It don't matter if it was sold out or not. If it was fucking shitty, it was shitty. Like, it doesn't matter if you sold out. People are gonna probably buy it just because of who you are, and they want to just see probably the fucking train wreck. But like, that don't mean anything. Man, rest in peace, that boy. What's his name? Gilbert Godfrey, dead at 6'7". Salute to him. Comedian, a real comedian. You know? And T.I.'s up here doing these venues, getting his ass booed off the stage. It's just sad. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then the excuse, if you get booed and then you get where's the stand ovation? The only thing I seen was you getting booed. They said fight back, and you threw on some music. You maybe got a stand ovation for playing on the music and stop doing comedy. They're like, turn that bullshit off and do this. What you actually good at?
You know, I'm sure it'll come out eventually. You know, bad news sell way faster than the good news, so I'm sure. But I enjoyed myself. I want some more.
Okay, like I said, just bullshit excuses. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Don't nobody go like just stop it. Just keep do music or just do like legacy tours or music shit. Stop trying to do comedy. I think it's just somebody in my other chat was saying they think he's broke. I don't think he's broke at all. I think he's got money. I think he's got good, probably investments lined up for his life and his kids. I think he's just kind of like on that midlife crisis. The rap shit. It's typically for the young guys. He dropped the album. I don't know how well that did. Like it was like last year. And now he's just trying to find a new avenue to express himself. I think he should honestly, if he's got so much money, do the podcast shit. When he was doing podcasts, he had Alex Jones as a guest. He had Charlamagne as a guest. He had I had to kill him. He had a bunch of podcast episodes that were actually good episodes of a podcast that could actually probably turn into something and be successful and acquire whatever amount of money he thinks that he can acquire from that, especially because he's already a celebrity. He can probably get whatever guest he wants to get. Like, that's where he should be going. He should hop back into that. But this comedy, leave it to the Michael Blacksons, the Kevin Harts, the Chris Rocks, the Dave Chappelle's, the Andrew Shaw. Like, leave it to the guys, even the young guys that's been doing it, that are just, we don't even know about, that are doing the little clubs with 40 people, 20 people, 5 people. Leave it to them people, unless you're going to actually go and do that groundwork before you get to that level. To me, this is no different. T.I. is no different right now than a social media star that gets a lot of followers on Instagram, and then they want to become a rapper because they think, I got this fame, so it's going to translate to that. But the thing about that is a lot of music is trash nowadays, so it's kind of easy for a social media star to dive in and get like a okay sounding record compared to everything else. But comedy don't work like that. You actually lay the groundwork. You got to actually have well thought out jokes, great punchline. Like, you got to really get into it. I don't think T.I.'s got I don't think he got the chops for it. I'm sorry. I just don't think he does. So let me see. Get him off the stage. T.I. got big-headed being on pods and people telling him he was funny, especially after he appeared on 85 South Show. I was saying, like, just because you're funny, like in my friend group, right? I'm funny. I don't think I could be a fucking stand-up comedian. I don't think I can stand up there and actually pull out a joke with a setup, then a punchline, and just a zinger and get it. I don't think I can do that. People just gotta stop. I ain't gonna lie. People just gotta stop. So, is that all I got? I think it's the last thing I'm gonna talk about real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I got stuff to get into. I got things to do. So, if you don't watch football, you might not know. You ain't gotta watch football. This is just big news over the weekend. So, an NFL player who was 24 years old named Dwayne Haskins passed away. He got ran over by a dump truck, they say. He was trying to cross the road. They say he ran out of gas. Unfortunately, the dump truck wasn't able to slow it down in time. So horrific tragedy, right? Anybody would just think like, damn, very sad, 24 years old, long life to live. He's in the NFL. I always think about shit like that too. Like when I see like even young rappers that get killed, like just their family, like you might be that person that's able to get your family to like a generational wealth status. And then you're the one that's there and you're actively, providing that wealth, and then you pass. It's kind of like some people get pushed back into whatever life they were in, right? So I think about stuff like that as well. Well, Adam Schefter, who is a NFL analyst or breaking news type person, he took it upon himself to say, what did he say? What's the exact tweet? Pretty much he was just like, breaking news, Dwayne Haskins, former first round pick who couldn't get it together, couldn't get caught on with the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers, has passed away Saturday morning, ended up like, what does his struggles as a football player have to do with him dying? Why is that the first thing as a person that I get if you're like, okay, well, I'm an NFL analyst. I'm trying to correlate his death to the NFL. You ain't got to say that. You could say Dwayne Haskins, former Ohio State superstar, first-round pick for the Washington Redskins, now quarterback for the Steelers, has passed away due to tragic traffic accident. Family prayers, family is in our prayers. I got to say. But no, he got to bring up the football shit, talk about how he struggles. And he did respond. He did apologize. I didn't even hear this yet, but I do want to listen to what he got to say.
First, I wanted to address the death of Dwayne Haskins and the tweet that I posted this weekend. It was insensitive. It was a mistake. And I can assure you it is not my intention. I wish I could have that tweet back. The focus should have been on Dwayne, who he was as a person, a husband, a friend, and so much more. I wanted to apologize to Dwayne's family, his friends, the players in the National Football League, and offer my condolences to everybody close to Dwayne. And in the way I failed Saturday, I wanted to turn people's attention to make sure that Dwayne is remembered properly. After his outstanding career at Ohio State.
So, okay, he's doing PR cleanup now. Now he's gonna say the things that probably should have been said during the tweet. And I don't even think Adam Schefter's like a horrible guy. I just think he was in job mode and he made a horrible mistake because I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how this will affect his breaking news thing. Maybe the people that he speaks to, executives, they don't even really give a fuck about the players. So maybe that won't have no effect on them. But I feel like his relationship with players may take a bit of a hit to this. But this wasn't even the worst one, right? So we had Adam Schefter that did this, and there was some guy who's like an ex-Cowboys executive or something like that. He went on to be like, well, that's why he should have left school early. If he was in school, he wouldn't have been out there living that life. He was living to die. I'm like, bro, he's in Florida training for the NFL season. Who are you to say he's living a life to die when he's down there with his teammates, the running back, the wide receivers, training for the upcoming season, he couldn't catch on shit y'all are talking about, trying to make himself better, trying to do better for the Steelers and the organization and himself, get better, get more money to your family, all things like that. Tragically dies in a freak traffic accident crossing the thing because you ran out of gas. Why is that people's first thing? I don't want to get into race and, things of that nature, and white people have less empathy for black people, so when it's a black person, they don't really give a fuck. But if it was like Tom Brady, they'd have been, oh my God, Tom Brady, the greatest score. Oh my God. I'm not going to really get into that. I kind of did briefly, but you catch my drift. They don't really care about the players. Des Bryant made a statement. A lot of NFL players were very outraged about this, which rightfully so they should be, because at the end of the day, Dwayne Haskins is one of them, and it kind of makes you look like, okay, look how they talking about him. Damn, what happened? How do they talk about me when I die? How will I be remembered by these so quote unquote like the main people in media and the executives or former executives? Like, how will they speak about me when I, cross onto the other side? And obviously they, you see how they do their shit. Adam is the Woj of the NFL news. So hearing that tweet lost me. It's like, bro, that's not the. I was watching Ian Rappaport, who's also like, I would say like a Woj or whatever. He was talking about it on Pat McAfee show. He was like, it is a struggle for us, like with the human aspect of people. He brought up he didn't bring up directly Dwayne Haskins. He was just like, even when it's like a player gets injured on the field, it's like you want to be the one to know the news and you want to be the one to know the story. You want to know like, oh, he broke his ankle 3 to 6 weeks, whatever little news bits they put out. But as a human, it's like, damn, this man might just have a career-ending injury, or he's got to go through all these things, X, Y, and Z. And I'm sitting here texting him, hey, how's your injury? Hey, I'm trying to get the scoop on you. But is that humanizing or is that dehumanizing, right? And I just think the way that they tweeted and even spoke the guilt, especially the Adam Schefter shit, I don't think he's a fucked up guy. Like I think genuinely, I don't know. I don't know why he thought that was the route to go. And I don't have a problem with players. What's it called? Like get on his ass. I don't have a problem with that. But the Gil Brandt guy, who's like, he was out there living to die. They were telling him he shouldn't stayed in school. It's like, bro, he's been out of school for like 4 years now. He would have graduated by now, regardless, and been in the NFL today. I just don't understand. I think because Gil Brandt doesn't know why he died or what he was doing when he was in Florida when he died. I think he's assuming. Like I said, I don't want to bring race to it, but I'm assuming he's thinking young black kid. He's probably down there doing some stupid shit. He probably died in some whatever type of way. When if you look at Dwayne Haskins' Instagram story from the day before, like I said, he's out there with Najee Harris, who's the running back for the Steelers. Chase Claypool said they was out there training. They're getting ready for the upcoming season, but you got those disparaging things to say, which he doesn't work for the NFL anymore. But I honestly feel like if he did work for the NFL, there probably should have been some repercussions for him. Adam Schefter, it's a fucked up tweet. He deleted it quickly and reposted what he should have posted in the beginning, but that's just the way, that shit goes. So I got one more thing because this is interesting. This is very interesting to me. So the Kardashians show is coming out soon, right? The Hulu show. We've seen the Kanye shit. We're seeing more news ramp up about Kanye that Kanye's not even speaking about, right? We're seeing that TMZ's posting. Kanye said he wanted to quit his career to become Kim K's stylist. And we see Kim, now she's out with, what's his name more? They were at a pizza place and they ordered the ham and Yeezy pizza. I don't know. Shit's looking a little bit tricky to me. And I also saw another report that said that Kim said that her and Pete were dating or talking before the SNL shit. So I take back that whole thing I was saying, well, maybe they weren't dating SNL. According to her, they was dating and she brought Kanye there, which that's fucked up. But this is interesting. So this is supposed to be the premise of their first episode, right? I want to read it real quick. So Kim Kardashian threatens to burn Whack 100 over Ray J's second sex tape claims on the Kardashians. So back in 2021, Kim Kardashian's infamous sex tape made its way back to the public sphere after Ray J's former manager, Whack 100, came forward with claims that he offered Kanye West a second, more X-rated version of the tape, which Ye later addressed himself during Instagram rant. So I think this is true about this second tape. And I think she knows it's true because she was very, obviously about to reading this thing, very passionate about this second tape not, being able to see the light of day, not being able to be put out. And also there was a guy, he was like a former porn guy or something like that. He was saying if certain scenes, because they're saying it's edited, like it's not even the full tape. He was saying that certain scenes from this, thank God they got deleted because the Kardashians wouldn't be the Kardashians today if those clips would have got out initially. So I'm, get your mind thinking like, okay, what the fuck was she doing? Or what were they doing? So anyways, at the time, the mother of four's attorneys were clear in their handling of the situation that a second tape does not exist. And it turns out in the upcoming The Kardashians reality series, we'll see the drama unfold in real time. So this isn't even necessarily about the tape, Kim Kardashian, Whack 100. This is about how she found out about the tape, right? Let's take a listen. As per page 6, the debut episode of the Hulu show, set to premiere on April 14th, includes a clip of her finding a teaser of the Whack 100 news on her son Saint's Roblox game, and immediately contact attorney Marty Stinger to discuss what she's learned. So Saint somehow saw that mommy has some kind of tape on Roblox. Now, I played Roblox before. I think it's, it's a little fun game, bounce around, get to the top, win the game, win, whatever. How did a 6-year-old find out about a sex tape on Roblox? That's what confuses me. How did he come, like, what? Because there's a lot of different levels that are created. I don't know. How did he come across this level that had this news about it? Right? How did Saint find this? So she said, over my dead body, this is happening again. And now she's different. She got big money, big lawyers, she controlled media. Like, it's different now. The 41-year-old insisted, clearly passionate about the matter at hand. I know the right attorneys this time, and I'm not going to let this happen again. I have all the time, all the money. Well, I'm pretty much saying what she said. And all the resources to burn them all to the fucking ground. So she's referring to Whack. The Skims founder makes it clear that she'll spare no expense to protect herself for her reputation or her kids' sake, before calling her then estranged husband to cry about the drama unfolding. At the time, Whack 100's claims, Stinger told page 6, the claim that there's unreleased sex tape is unequivocally false. It is unfortunate that people make these statements to try and get their 15 minutes of fame. Now, that's the thing about Whack, right? I don't be knowing if the shit he be saying is true or not. Because he do a lot of shit that, to me, it feel like it's all just for attention. Now, we see Kanye say he flew to LA to get the second laptop, but then they say that they got the laptop and there's nothing on it. Like, I don't even know what's true in the celebrity sphere of things. But I do know a lot of things I see Wack 100 do. I feel like it's all like clout chasey type of things. Probably a great guy, street guy, you know, whatever. All that's great, all that's cool. But as far as the media game, as far as the antics that he does on social media, it all seems like a super big clout chase moment. Like, he's looked at the way that 6ix9ine is able to do shit. He looked at the way academics is able to do so. He's like trying to harness both of these things and use his credibility as a street guy, as a manager of Ray J and Game, and now he's tying himself to Kanye. Every time Kanye do something, he's like a soldier for Kanye now. But my thing is, you're a soldier for Kanye. You can't be really trying to blast the mother of his child, because that'll have an ill effect on, maybe you might think you're doing it directly to Kim, but also going to have an effect on the kids as well. So you're really hurting the guy that you're claiming that you're riding with now, right? But then I see some other shit with this last thing. We were talking about the King of that shit, but there's some other shit. Right? You see over the weekend, like, Wiz and Gilly got into it because, like, Gilly was like, nigga, put your drawers on. I had to unfollow you. Wiz made a statement. Gilly shit got deleted. And then Wack 100 posted on his Instagram. He like, let me see if it's still up. I gotta read this shit. He's like, bro, like, the thing, this is why I get so confused, right? When I see people with the whole, like, what's a real guy or what's a square, what's a this, like certain shit I see people do that people consider the cool guys. I'm like, that's not weird shit to y'all. So he posted, right? He posted, let me see. He posted this. He said, follow Gilly the Kid's new page. Bozo got the homies page clipped. At Wiz Khalifa, you're out of line for this one. This man was cracking a joke. No more, no less. We calling on us. They calling on us. Who gonna support us? So it's being like the black man supporting the black man. So he like went to his page. He screen recorded this shit. I'm unfollowing with like this. Who gives a fuck? I'm following. The man got 36 million followers. Who gives a fuck if you unfollow him or don't follow him? I just don't get certain shit that I be seeing. Like, these be the cool guy. I don't know. Right? I'm just me in my little realm doing my shit. These are the cool guys apparently. That's what people like. I don't know. So, and also with the Wiz Khalifa thing, do we really know that his page got clipped because of Wiz Khalifa? He said he got text messages, but we never see text messages. Like, well, my thing is like, I hate when anybody, media, rapper, this person, they say something, I got the evidence. And they never release the fucking evidence. And it's because they know that the people who ride for them are just going to ride for them regardless of any actual evidence. So, that's all I got. Tomorrow night, man, you already know what the fuck's going on. Me and Bryce, Rick Ross, T.I., be there, 9:30, most likely 9:30 sharp. You're going to be in it for us. All you T.I. haters, I know I got on T.I. ass about the comedy shit, but all you T.I. deniers, all you T.I. haters, you're going to be in for a surprise tomorrow night. So let me read this last comment. Her box was in Roblox. I'm not shocked. Wardu said, not that surprised on YouTube. Even when you log out and see the recommended short on the browse page, it's nothing but ass everywhere. I mean, I ain't been on Roblox in a while, but if that's what they doing on Roblox, that's crazy. We need more consistent life. Hey, I don't live a consistent life, brother. I got 2 kids. I got a job. I got to get in where I can fit in. Turn on the post notifications. I don't even know if the notifications go out. Maybe I just need to tweet it. Follow me on Twitter. Anytime I go live, turn on my notifications on Twitter. I'll tweet that I'm live, and then we'll be in and we'll be rocking. But you can watch the restream or whatever. But anyways, so I got for you. Now I ain't gonna get booed. We got me and T.I. We got this. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure you subscribe, check me not subscribed already. All the social media, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Look up D-Friend Daily. You can find the audio versions of the podcast as well. Follow me on my social medias. You got Instagram here. We got this right here. That's YouTube. Obviously, you hear, subscribe. And then we also got Twitter. Like I said, follow the Twitter. So you got the post notifications on the Twitter. So when I go live and I tweet it, you'll know exactly when I am live. So I got. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow night for the verses. It's your boy D-Friend.